There are a few methods to uploading a file depending on what kind of file you are needing to add into your Moodle course. I'll start this video off by just going over a simple drag and drop method for those wanting to add content in their course. I'm going to be using a PDF as an example. I'll then show a second method for uploading a file with just a few more steps involved. And I'll finish the video off by doing a bit more complicated of a method for adding in those larger, maybe zipped folder activities for your course. So once you are in the desired course, make sure that you turn your editing on. As you can see, these blocks are kind of closed off right now, but if you scroll up to the top right-hand side of your screen, you should be able to turn your editing on. This is going to open these blocks up a little more so we can see what's in them. So it's easiest if you have a folder open, ready to go with that content that you would like to add in. So go ahead and select. Like I said, I'll be just showing the drag and drop method with a PDF. So it's very simple. You can just grab it, drag it into the block that you want it to go into, and release. That's going to upload it and it's ready for students to access. This works for many other types of files such as Word documents and PowerPoints, but if it doesn't work, depending on the type of file or maybe the size, I'll just go over the longer method with you and demonstrate that next. So you start by selecting Add an activity or resource within the block that you want to add something. If you're not seeing this as an option, it is possibly because under your Administration tab, you have Activity Chooser on. So you're going to want to click that and it'll just have it selected the same way I have it on my screen now, Activity Chooser off. And it'll then give you the same option that I have here to add an activity or resource. So because we're learning to upload a file, scroll all the way down and under Resources you can find File, check that off, and Add. So it will require that you give this file a name. And you can add a description in as little or as much info as you want, also selecting if you want your students to see that description on their homepage. So under the content section is where you're going to drag and drop that file you needed. Again, it's best if you already have that folder open and ready to go, but if not, you can simply search. So I'm going to do that same PDF, that cat's PDF that I made. Simply drag, drop it right in there, and it'll upload. So there are some settings that you can change in how your students are going to see this, or maybe when they will see it. So under Appearance, you can just ensure that you have the file set up to your liking. It's automatically going to set it up so that when students click on the PDF, it will open in a new window, which we prefer for most of our Moodle materials, but that is up to you. Under Common Module Settings, you can set up the visibility of the file. And lastly, under Restrict Access, this is just where you can set the file up so students may only be able to access it at a certain time, or you can add some other parameters to that file as well. So you can go ahead and save and return to your course. And as you can see, like the drag and drop method, it's uploaded there and ready to go for students. Lastly, I'm just going to look at uploading a file that may be within a zipped folder or include a web index or linked file. We just need to create a zipped file and upload that, so I'll walk you through that quickly. So you're going to go ahead and select Add an activity or resource. Again, scrolling down to File and Adding. I will open up that folder where I have my game made and ready to go. So I published the game, and as you can see, there's a lot that needs to be included. So all I'm going to do is Control A to select all of those things, and then I'm going to find the XML document with the correct name, and I'm simply going to right click over top of that one and send all of these to a compressed zipped folder. is going to create that for me. And it's ready to go. So I should be able to select that zip folder. But first, in my Moodle course, just because it can get a little messy with having so much within that folder, I like to create a folder within that content. Click into that, and then drag my zipped folder into that. Now that the zip folder is in there, we're going to need to click it and unzip so it can open up all those little details that we need for the game to work correctly. Alright, so you can see that it has a lot in there, and that's why we like to keep it in that folder. Just in case you need to go back and delete, you don't have to do it one at a time. So I like to go to the HTML gray page here, click on that and set that as my main file, and that's kind of the picture students are going to see when they're going to their home page, which just creates consistency for them. Again, you can go in and change the settings when you'd like students to be able to access that game. Otherwise, I'm going to save and display, make sure it uploaded correctly, and there's the game. Just go back to the home screen and show you what it looks like there. So under our cat block, there it is. The game is ready to go. Easy to click, it'll open in a new page, and they can always go back. So as you can see, there's a few different ways to upload different files into your Moodle course. Thanks for watching.